So the famous basketball coach, Bobby Knight, had a great quote. He says, "The will to win is not as important as the will to prepare to win." I love that quote, and it really ties into the assignment that we're asking you to do prior to next week's training session. Hi, I'm Bob Coakley, and I'll be your facilitator, and it's going to be my goal to make this the best session that you've ever had. And in those 2 days, I am going to do everything I can to squeeze out to make sure you leave with some practical and tactical things that can help you do what you do better. So I'm just going to review some of the things we're asking you for here, hopefully answer any questions you have. And that way you can be thinking over the next week here prior to the training. So that way you're super equipped to make sure these 2 days are going to be well worth your time. The questions are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll expand just a little bit. So what do you like to get out of the 2 days? So obviously our conversation is around sales, around account management, and just think about your role and what we have control under, because certain things I just don't have control under, like the airlines, right? In addition, there's just a checklist here, and these are some things that you can actually bring to training. I'm not asking you to send it to me prior to the training, but if you can bring them, it will make the training that much more effective, and we can exchange some ideas. So it might be some presentations you've done, whether it's a business review or a new account presentation, any collateral, any tools, templates that you have. And then, of course, we've got to bring a great attitude, an attitude of willingness to share and get out of our comfort zone and have a good time. I want to have a good time. I hope you do too. Section 2 is to dive in a little bit more around AAA and some of your personal experiences. You know, a question on many people's mind when you go to prospect, or maybe you're an account manager and somebody from the company who's new, maybe started in your contact's role as their boss or something, but they might ask you that question. Maybe it's inside, but maybe it's outside. Hey, why should I use you guys, right? And so we want to work on what we say to that. So I wanted to give you a few minutes and a little time to think about that and jot down some ideas on why you think people are using us. What would our customers say? What do you believe is our competitive advantage? Nothing special here. Just put down your thoughts and I'll be able to collect those and use those when we get together. Now, BDMs, this question's for you. Share a little bit about a new account you recently acquired and why they chose AAA. So we're looking for a very specific account, not in general, and just provide a little bit of color. Again, I'm not looking for any special format. Just jot some notes down in there. Short paragraph would be great. The more details, the better. Now, account managers, we'd like you to identify an account that you lost recently and why you think we lost it, and focus in on things that are under our control. So, for example, if the travel, they do transition to 90% international and only 10% domestic, you can't control that. So let's take that one out of the equation. But let's identify one that we lost, and why do you think it is we lost it? Almost, if you will, a post-mortem. Now, O'Neill, I know you seem to be perfect right now. You didn't lose one. So I'd like you to think about, being kind of fresh set of eyes coming in here. What are some things that we need to be aware of, O'Neill, that could potentially put us in a difficult position with some of our existing accounts? You've been around long enough that you should be able to share some stuff there. Sound fair? And then lastly, just as it relates to any account management or sales or any type of client interaction, any conversation you have, phone or in person, what are some of the challenges you come up against? And we know you overcome them, but maybe there's a few topics that you think would be useful and relevant for us to talk about in this session. And as your facilitator, I hopefully can guide some good, healthy discussions for this. So I am really fired up for this. I've been talking with Kim, and we've really put a lot of time, energy, and effort into planning what we believe is going to be super productive, but it takes two to tango. So you ready? I sure am. I'll see you next Monday night. Take care.